there's a lot going on in your mind. You've got exams coming up, and then a pandemic hits, right? And it hits everybody. It hits some people more than it hits others. Not an easy time. We know that. We know mindset is important. I know you know that. I want to specifically talk about certain things which are related to mindset, people, networking, and they're related to mistakes that I made that I hope you can learn from. So let's go into those universal truths. The first one, I'm going to start off with a little negative one, and it is a creepy one. When I say creepy, it creeps up on you when you don't plan it. And what are those? What is that first one? Watch out. Watch out for the 3 C's. Those 3 C's are going to creep up with the best of intentions. The first C is comparison. What are my friends doing? What am I doing? He looks like he's better. He looks like he's smarter. He looks like he has his act together. I don't. Comparison is the thief of joy. Oh my gosh, look what he's doing. He's going to get a great job. And my role is so specific. My field of expertise is not going to work. Comparison is one of the saddest things you can do. Stay in your lane, swim in your lane, lesser chances of accidents. But you got to put your head down and do the work. Watch out for comparison. The second one is competing. If you want to compete with someone, compete with yourself. Compete with yourself 6 months ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Compete with yourself. Help everyone else, but compete with yourself. I know that sounds a bit almost, strange. At the end of the day, you do need to get good grades, of course. Focus on getting better. Focus on getting better, and it's leveling up. Every day it's leveling up. I got this grade last time. What can I do? This is what professor said. I think she's not exactly happy with me. What can I do? Focus on what you can do. So, competition. And the third one is complaining. Oh man, when is the pandemic getting over? Oh gosh, this is depressing. Oh man, everything's online. Yeah, whining. We all have friends like that. Watch out for those friends. They pull everybody down with them. Everyone, family, friends, students, be careful. You can either complain, you can either whine, or you can win. And how do you win? You just put your head down and do the work. Things around will change even in the best of times. I've lived through, 2-3 recessions so far. Not pretty. But the huge amount of learning that happens and growth that happens in bad times. So you can either complain, you can either whine, or you win. So watch out for those 3 C's. Compete, compare, and complain. That's number 1. The second one, oh my gosh, this is one of the buzzwords of the century, personal branding. Personal brand, if you go to LinkedIn and you Google personal brand, oh my gosh, it's everywhere. What does that even mean? And one of the things people are going to tell you today is it's really hard to stand out. Very difficult. So many people doing what you're doing. So many people who want to have a chat with this person, this postdoc or this scientist, and they're so successful today. I don't know how to stand out. It's actually really hard to stand out. The competition has never been more fierce, right? I beg to differ. There has never been an easier, more frictionless time to stand out than today. How does that make any sense? We live in an attention deficit economy. Attention deficit. Microsoft did research, you guys know about it. The attention span of a goldfish is 8 seconds. Human beings is something like 6 point something seconds. We can't focus enough. So in an attention deficit economy, if you want to reach out to someone and you've done crap load of homework about them and you're showing them that you know them, show me you know me, you are more likely to stand out than everyone else who doesn't do that. I'll just give you an example so you have a better idea of what I'm talking about. So I have a client who published, an art. She found an article a few years ago, and she published it on her Facebook page. And the article headline was, "Nutella is going to stop being manufactured." What were the comments below the article? "Oh my God, it's like the end of the world. It's the worst thing that's happened to humankind. No Nutella." If you clicked on the article, you would see it was a joke. Not an April Fool's joke. I know today's 31st of March. It was just a joke. But it just goes to show people don't engage enough. They skim the surface. So if you're reaching out to someone on LinkedIn, you think there's a match. You want to talk to someone. Don't be like everyone else. "Hey, I'd love to connect." Or worse yet, no personalized message. You just send a blank. Don't do that. Instead, Jean-Luc, I listened to your conversation today, listened to your session today. I absolutely loved it. And I loved at the 15-minute mark when you spoke about competence and confidence. That really spoke to me. Jean-Luc is like, "Whoa, wow, they were paying attention. Oh, it's nice." I read your paper on the English War of Roses. And this was my favorite part. I would love it if you have 15 minutes one day to have a chat over Zoom. And I'd love to, learn from you, get some advice from you. But of course, if you're not available, it's not a problem. Chances of getting a response are a lot higher when you have done targeted research and people feel like, hey, they made an effort, as opposed to generic. Very generic. Be careful of that. So when it comes to things like personal branding, it's a lot easier to stand out. It's a way, way, way more easier time to stand out. Can you imagine 20 years ago, if you were like literally born 20 years before and you want to do all this, you would first have to have this huge fat phone book, find the person, maybe call your dad or your mom for help, and then have that phone that rings like, okay, I'm exaggerating. It was a lot harder. Now, everything I just said can be done from the palm of your hand. You don't even need a click. You just have to tap it. It's just like, it can't get any easier. It's at your fingertips. So take advantage of that. You are very, very lucky to be a student at this time compared to 20 years ago. Trust me, you are. That's the second thing, which is related to the fact that personal branding and standing out is actually easier than you think. The third one is a mindset that has changed my life. I learned it 2 years ago. I wish I had learned it sooner. Spent 40 years with scarcity. Scarcity versus abundance. You hear about this, yeah? John Maxwell, Tony Robbins, a lot of people talk about scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset, or growth mindset by Carol Dweck. What does that mean? Scarcity mindset, oh my gosh, this is a recession. There are not enough jobs out there. Abundance mindset, everything's fine. There's plenty of jobs. Hello, I'm not being naive here. Everything's fine. There's plenty of jobs. Second, my friend got a job today. She just signed a contract with Johnson & Johnson. Oh man, that means there are fewer jobs for the rest of us. That's a scarcity mindset. Abundance mindset, hey, she got a job. That's great. I'm so happy for her. If she got a job, that means people are hiring. That's good news. It's good news for the market. It shows that the economy is reviving back. Great. Scarcity mindset, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Elbow everybody out. There's not enough jobs out there. No one's gonna help me. You're on your own. Abundance mindset. I have plenty of friends, family, professors who care about me. It's gonna be fine. It's a different tone. If you listen to that voice one day quietly in your head, the scarcity mindset is very high pitch and panicky, and it's a lizard brain. It wants to keep you where you are today. It does not want you to grow. It's too scary. Abundance mindset is a very calm feeling. You get a good feeling in the pit of your stomach. You don't get that horrible, scary feeling in the pit of your stomach when it's abundant mindset. Watch out which one you pay attention to, because that will determine many, many years of your life. Just be aware of that. The fourth one, which I love, is, I'm going to send my resume. I'm going to do it. I just don't feel like it right now. I'm just going to wait one day when I feel a little more motivated, then I'll start. The irony is, you don't need motivation to start. You actually need to start to feel motivated. I need to reach out to this person. I don't feel like it. When I feel like it, when I'm more motivated, I'll do it. It feels a bit odd, networking, blah, blah. Sure. What happens when you go and do it anyway? You get a response. Maybe once, maybe twice. It gives you that good feeling, the dopamine feeling. Want to do it again? Do it again. So, one of my favorite authors, she says, clarity. What do you want, right? What do you want? Clarity. Clarity comes from engagement, not from thought. Overthinking, overanalyzing. I'm talking to people who are in academics here, so it's not an easy one. Not an easy one sometimes. It's not an easy pill to swallow. But clarity comes from engagement. What does that mean? It comes from taking action. I like this. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I'm not sure. People are telling me there's no prospects. What are your career prospects? Oh, did you get a job? You have family, friend. Everybody wants to know. Sometimes if you're not sure and you want to try something out, the best thing to do is, for example, volunteer your time, have informational chats with people. You get an idea. You cannot learn to drive in a parked car. You just can't. You got to move. You got to take action. Whatever that looks like for you. But keep this in mind. You don't start. You don't start if you think you're not motivated. You just start. Motivation comes from starting, not the other way around. Cool. And the last one I want to say is my favorite one. You are not alone. So stop acting like this is your problem or your challenge, and this is, something you need to go through yourself. One of the game changers for a lot of people I know, including people I don't know, celebrities, is collaborating, right? And when you hear collaboration, we tend to think of like YouTube and Instagram. Oh, these people did a collab, how nice. It doesn't have to be restricted to them. Collaboration can be anywhere. It can look like anything. It can be a bunch of job seekers who get together once a week, and compare notes and help each other out. There's a power and there's a strength in being together. Not only because you learn, etc., but you could also, you could get access to opportunities that you could not have got before, right? I'll give you a very simple example from day-to-day life. When I was younger, back in the 80s, the earliest memory I have of collaboration is music, right? If you remember the song Ebony and Ivory, who was that? Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney. I knew Stevie Wonder. I didn't know Paul McCartney at the time. I was a kid. But thanks to that collaboration, I got to know a new style of, a new sort of genre of music. We Are the World, one of the oldest collabs in music. I knew some singers, I didn't know all of them. So when you come together, you get opportunities that you could not have got before. You increase the size of the pie. Only good things happen from collaboration. And there you've got, the scarcity mindset and you got to watch that. You got to throw that out the window. You got to watch out. You got to be extremely clear. Look around. Who are your friends? When I say friends, I don't mean like, Facebook friends, followers, TikTok. No, I mean real friends who are going to be there when the when the shizzle hits the fan, because it will hit the fan at some point or the other. When something good happens and you're happy and you're celebrating, who around you is happy and celebrating with you? You'll see it immediately in their non-verbal communication. You'll see in their body language. Those are not your people. That's okay. You can't be friends with the whole world. But the ones you are friends with, do something about it. Come together and collaborate. And there's an African expression. What is it? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So these are the 5. I had a bonus one, which I'm not going to talk about because Jean-Luc already mentioned it, and that was related to active listening. But, a quick bonus one is what I want to say is, like I said, attention deficit economy. When you're listening to someone, you're going to have a lot of one-on-one chats with people, etc. You're listening to the question, you want to respond. Listening to respond versus listening to understand. I think one of the challenges in the world is, like I said, attention deficit, but also full attention to someone. And I don't just mean career, work. I also mean in your private life, husband, wife, girlfriend. You're talking to someone and they're like, yeah, this is really important. Okay, I understand. So what have you done about it in the meantime? And they're just on Twitter the whole time. When you're listening, just listen. You got no agenda. You listen. The other person will freaking love you for it. At the end of the day, one of the more primal human needs is to be seen, to be heard. And you see them. I hear you. I see you. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's a tough one. It's a weird one. We all think we're very good at listening. A lot of times we're listening to respond. And listening, yes, he said this. Let me prepare my next question alert. I was told about questions. I'm going to fire that baby up with questions. Watch out. Listen to understand. You'll have follow-up from there. The person gave a great response. Oh, fantastic. So what? No. Go back to what he said. What does that mean to you? What was your favorite takeaway? Speak about that. You'd look around some of the best interviewers in the world. Their listening skills are on point. And they're not great interviewers because, they had great questions. It's because they pay attention. And that's really, really going to help you stand out. So quick recap. These universal truths I wish I'd learned sooner. Never too late to start. Watch out for those 3 C's: compete, compare, complain. Watch out because they do creep up on you. The second one is there's never been an easier time to stand out. Take advantage, do a little bit of work. Don't sort of skim the surface, go below the surface. And the third one is the scarcity and abundance mindset, which makes a huge difference on how you look at the world, at your career, at your life. The fourth one is clarity comes from engagement, not from thought. And the fifth one is you're not alone. Go out there, collaborate with people, whether it's job seekers or even recruiters. Find a way. Hey, I have this idea that I'd love to, get to know. You're not pitching. Don't call it, if you don't like the word networking, don't call it networking. Some people find it icky. Don't call it networking. Call it something else. Call it relationship building. I call it making friends. I want to stay in touch with people I've built a relationship with. Guess what? People help people they like. The KLT, the know, like, and trust. Some people want to skip the know and the like and go straight to the trust. It doesn't work that way. I'm sure you guys get like a pitch or, something on the internet, LinkedIn. Hey, you want to buy Bitcoin? Dude, I don't know you. I'm not going to buy anything from you, right? But the know and the like, you nurture that relationship, the trust comes a lot easier. You got to have the KLT to CTD. What is CTD? I love my acronyms. What is CTD? Close the deal. You got to have the KLT to CTD. Don't skip it. Don't be lazy. Work at it. It's worth it. With that said, I'm done speaking. Thank you so much for listening and for having me here today.